it's my privilege having opportunity this webinar. I would like to present about durian and montong production and also process handling in Indonesia. First, I would like to know that my presentation already in your screen. Hello, my presentation already in the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, as you know that Indonesia is also like Malaysia, Philippines, maybe, and also Philippines and Vietnam, maybe also ones of the native of mango and durian. So that's why Indonesia very wide genetic variability in term of durian and mango and distributed in all of archipelago. And that's why indicated that we are so suitable for durian and mango production. In Indonesia, we have several durian relative like Durio cutegensis. This is also Durio look like a kind of natural crossing, look like this. This is natural crossing for durian. So we don't know yet this is what kind of the species, but we presume this is natural crossing of durian. Also, we have lots of mango relatives like Boya positella and the Mangifera kemanga, and odorata is very good odor. And also this one maybe will be important for all us is Mangifera laurina, because Mangifera laurina ones of mango that's considered to be tolerant or resistant to anthracnose. When we see it in Indonesia, durian actually 10 years ago still ranked number 9, now become number 5. And then about durian from 9 to number 5 and increase the production about almost 6-fold. In this data indicated about durian getting more popular in Indonesia. We know in Indonesia here young farmer develops durian orchard. But in other hands, we see that the mango ranks is slightly drop from number 2 become number 3, even though the production increase about 3-fold. This is indicated that the popularity of mango in Indonesia is not as good as durian. So this is the situation after 20 years in Indonesia. But when we see the production in 10 years ago, from 2011 and 2021, the production of mango is about 2-fold of durian production, and this is about almost 2.8 million of durian of mango and 1.35 billion tons of mango in Indonesia. So this is indicated that Indonesia is the highest mango and durian producer in Southeast Asia. But we can see here. So the production in Indonesia totally is depend on climate. So when the climate getting harsh, production also drop. Is here when 2015 Indonesia facing a high drought, then effectively we can see the effect on 2016. This is the drop of production of durian and mango, both of them in Indonesia. But when we see in last 5 years, durian production 2021 reached 1.3 billion, increase by about 20% from 2020, while in mango quality 8 million decreased by 2%, it's about 63,000 tons from 2020. In this figure, we can see that durian and mango have different path in terms of popularity in Indonesia. Also, we know that Indonesia is reside in both and southern and northern part of equator. Here, this is, but we can see here most of Indonesian area is reside in southern area of equator. That's why production of durian and mango, it is also based on southern parts area. In this case, we can see here this durian opposite with Thailand, Vietnam, and Filipina. Most of durian and mango Indonesia harvesting season in starting from August until January for durian, but from mango it is August until November. But they have also secondary season. Main season is based on the southern part of equator, but the secondary season is based on in northern part of equator. But because the northern part of Indonesia is little bit smaller than southern part, that's why main season is based on southern part area. This is the situation. That's why most durian in Indonesia, you can find durian all year long, because we can collect durian from any area in Indonesia in one place. So Indonesia, for example, in Rio or in Jakarta, we have durian, can provide durian all year long. Even though somehow durian from Thailand or Malaysia also you can find in about May, June, and July. So this is our production season is reflect main season. But however, year to year may be quite different, depend on season climate pattern of that year. When this year among production trends, we can see also similar to those of previous data, that in form of durian, 42% is based on Java, when Sumatra is 36%. It's indicated that durian mostly produced in wet area of Indonesia. While in terms of mango, about 76% is produced in Java. Interestingly, both of province is same. East Java and West Java. East Java produce more durian and more mango. But in that area, especially in Java, northern part of Java is produce mango, but central part and southern part of Java produce durian. And also northern part of Java, eastern part of East Java also produce mango, but western part of Java mostly produce durian. This is indicated that durian in Indonesia is more suitable for wet climate, while mango in Indonesia is suitable for more drier climate. In this case, in Sumatra we cannot find mango, for example, but we can find the mango relative that's quite adaptive to wet area. This is also already maybe same already described Dr. Naoko Kojai. Same will be discussed about it. But this is in a years we can see production for mango, as we can see here, because Indonesia mango maximum in August per November. That's why production this is mostly in quarter 3 and quarter 4. But in terms of durian, the production in quarters in August until January, somehow in February. That's why the production mostly in quarter 4 until quarter 1. This is quite different with difference between durian and mango. You can see also some same. We can see regarding the number of harvested tree, it is similar to those of the production. That's mango production mostly in quarter 3 and 4, while durian in quarter 4 and quarter 1. But of course, this is the data of 2021. Another years maybe can be changed depending on climate pattern of that year. But when we see the yield, most the yield even for mango also same. The highest yield for tree is highest on quarter 3 and quarter 4, while for durian same also here in quarter 3 and quarter 4, indicated that this climate or the seasons in quarter 3 and quarter 4 is the best for durian and mango production. It also indicated that northern part of Indonesia production is not as good in southern part of Indonesia in terms of durian and mango production. We can see here commercial varieties. You see same pattern also we can find here, that in most commercial varieties of durian originated from can see here durian is already about 100 and maybe 11 varieties already registered as commercial varieties in Indonesia, but mostly in Java, Java, in Sumatra, in Borneo. Borneo is considered as the center of origin of durian, while about mango, Sumatra is very low here. There is only 4 varieties, and then in Java 26 varieties, in Bali 4 varieties, and Sulawesi about 4 varieties. This is indicated that the suitability of durian in wet area, while mango in drier area. When see here, this is several commercial variety of Indonesia. The most popular maybe in Indonesia is Matahari. Matahari also mentioned by Dr. Jacob. Also, this is Matahari, one of the Indonesian durian, maybe can be adapted in a wider area in Indonesia. This is durian pelangi, come from Papua. This is Klamunot. This is good colors. This is from Bangka Islands. This is Nangna. This is from Kalimantan Island. Also, this is Kolon Bamban. This is also from Kalimantan Island. We can see here that Indonesian varieties are very wide in variation. Also, this one also durian Balkis. This is not durian actually. This is Lai Indonesia or Pampakin. This is the Durio cotigensis. It's also very good in terms of taste, and also it's not sticky to our hand. So very nice to be eaten. This is our mango. Of course, the most popular mango in Indonesia is Arumanis. Arumanis so far is very good taste. We also with Dr. Peter Johnson doing survey in China and Hong Kong, and they very likes high appreciation for taste, but unfortunately the color of skin is not good at all. So when they serve only the flesh, everybody choose Arumanis, but when they serve in whole fruit, nobody choose Arumanis. This is our problem also. This is Gedong Kincu. This is ini Garipta Merah, the new variety of Indonesia. Also, we know the flowering variety with better skin performance appearance. This is Gedong Kincu, the most popular in Indonesia. This is the most expensive mango in Indonesia. It's like Alfonso from India. But also we have a kind of cengkir. Cengkir has good colors of flesh, but also with a longer shelf life because starch content higher than Arumanis and Gedong Kincu. Arumanis and Gedong Kincu is very sweet, but unfortunately because starch content is relatively low compared to another varieties look like Kensington Pride or R2E2 from Australia. But maybe this is maybe look like same, but same also in problem Indonesia. The skin color is not so attractive, look like Garipta Merah or Gedung Hijau. This is one of for several variety of Indonesia. We have already about 38 variety actually. This is maybe also Dr. Koja mentioned. This is traditionally, you can see here, you know what it is? Indonesia in some place believe that if you put bra on the durian trunk will be induced flowering. This is also strangulation like this. In somehow this method in some place also successfully to induce flowering. But our research in our university conducting flower induction using paclobutrazol. But so far, paclobutrazol treatment is filed to induce flowering through drench application. But Kaino treatment can accelerate of emergent flowers of flower buds is about 24 days and increase the number of flower bud by 30%. But unfortunately also paclobutrazol and KNO3 potassium 3, potassium natrium 3, treatments did not affect the growth and flowering of montong variety. It is way, so that's why in Indonesia flowering induction of durian is not so common, but it's quite different. Flower induction in with mango. In some area, for example, in Indramayu, in Rembang, in northern part of Java, is the farmers is common to induce production in durian to produce durian of season. But unfortunately, they are too aggressive. Somehow, in 4 years, in 3 years, can be forced the mango to harvest it in 5 times. So at the end, the mango will be severely destructed. Paclobutrazol application is common in West Java actually, and in East Java and also in East Java. They provide 3 or liter for 3 and add about 10 to 15 cc per liter of paclobutrazol. They made circular trends like this, circular trends, and pour here evenly and turns back. After that, they can produce flower like this. This is just common in Indonesia. And then we can talk about important pest of durian. This is the borer. This is durian borer. Attack the trunk, also attack the fruit. So Indonesia, our management strategy for the borer is to fill sanation through cleaning and eliminating decayed diseases and also fruit that's infested by the borers. Somehow their induction mechanical method by using inserting the wire into the bore hole and then twisting it to kill the borer. And somehow also some people, some farmer use light traps, especially with white color, and also they apply pesticide to the trunk, for example, directly inject to the hole of the borer. This is a strategy for borer. Of course, we have another pests, but this is the most important in Indonesia. But in terms of mango, of course, same in any countries. This mango in Indonesia also have big problem with fruit fly. Somehow we are connecting field sanitation, collecting fallen fruit infested with the fruit fly and collect it and somehow they take out from the orchard. Then also attractant, betel eugenol and yellow trap throughout the flowering until period of harvesting season. This is maybe both of them. This is the trap using yellow color. Also inside they are put metal eugenol. Same in Vietnam. We also somehow apply protein bait, and also we can employing natural enemy and some of researchers also using radiated insects to sterilize, so cannot produce more fruit fly. But maybe the most important in Indonesia is because Indonesia actually not a kind of orchard, because a farmer maybe only having 5 or 10 trees of mango. That's why we have to conduct wide area management that involving a lot of farmers, because if we ask one farmer to do that, maybe it will be not used, because if we protect one farmers, maybe fruit fly from another farmer will come to their tree. That's why we have a program we call wide area management practices to make ensure that the practice of fruit fly control conducted in one area, so the result will be effective. This is maybe one of social engineering in Indonesia to overcome this problem. And then this is the most problem durian in Indonesia, same like in Vietnam, Victoria palmipara. First, we can suggest the using resistant rootstock. Also, we can identify some resistant rootstocks look like in Vietnam. And another thing is we adopt proper cultural practices, look like peat nutrition, provides adequate and balanced amount nutrition. And then the most important thing is maybe microbial balancing of rhizosphere, because we know that most of Phytophthora infested is soil-borne diseases. That's why we have some experience that's the tree that lack of organic matter in term that's also lacks of balancing of microorganism in rhizosphere also is more prone to Phytophthora Phytophthora palmipara infestation. That's why in Indonesia we have also a program to increase
Maybe now it's back connected. We cannot hear the Dr. Sobi's voice.
Dr. Sobi is still online, but
Okay. So we need to continually waiting for Dr. Sobi. But I think Dr. Sobi introduced our meaning about the variety or the mango situation in Indonesia. It's quite interesting, especially when every time I saw the red flag durian, I was feeling excited. It's very few in Taiwan. So, Ronald, do you have any suggestion? You are the master.
Okay.
I
While
was trying to send you a message.
yeah,
I will try to send you a message.
we're
Okay,
sending a message to Dr.
Maybe
Subir
Dr.
right now.
Sobi now is coming back. He renewed the slide.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go
Microphone
ahead.
keep to Dr.
Go
Sobi.
ahead.
Thank you.
Continue, Dr. Subir.
You can see?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, this is our problem also in Indonesia. Maybe about in durian, we have uneven ripening. Also wet core like this. Also somehow we found that we have a problem on the burning flesh. So our specification indicated that this kind of problem is related to unbalanced of nutrients. Mostly lack of calcium and boron. So some farmer practice add calcium and boron started from flowering period of the trees, and they have a good result in terms of to overcome this disorder. But in the term, we can also see that variety to variety, same as Dr. Nongko Kojai mentioned, variety to variety has different response to the loss of calcium and boron. Another problem is in durian, maybe it's already in detail by Dr. Naoko Kozai. We have the food shapes imbalance like this. It's good now. So this is due to lack of pollination, because in durian also food shape highly determined by pollen source. In some research indicated that different pollen sources will be also increase pollination and also increase the size or the shape of the durian. So in this case, I would like to consider that Indonesia here, we have two type of durian, small but very rounded like this, compared to like this durian. This is like durian. This is I took this picture from solitaire durian. It means this genotype or is this tree can be flowering and also pollination and fruit development, fertilization and fruit development without another source of pollen from another trees. So I suppose that this type of durian may be not so self-incompatible, maybe more self-compatible than another varieties. Maybe in the future we should consider this kind of genotype, because we have problem for pollination. As we know that most the pollinator of durian is bad in this family. Maybe in Indonesia, for example, in Bogor, we lose the nest of that bed, and the effect is this area production of durian getting dropped because almost no pollinator. This is maybe in the future we should be thinking how to develop more self-compatible durian to overcome the problem of pollination and fertilization failure. This is in mango. Of course, we have problem also in fruit splitting like this, also El Sinoa like this, but also we have problem of boron deficiency. This is started from a white spot like this, and then will be increased like this, burning flash like this. But this is also happen in Gedong Gincu variety, but not occur in Aromanis variety, even though that variety grow in same area. In this case, we can see that the response of varieties to nutrients deficiency is not same depend on the genetic of that kind of variety. So maybe in the future, in terms that we have a problem to maintain calcium and boron in the soil, maybe also we should consider that we're looking for variety that's more tolerant to nutrient deficiency in terms calcium and boron. This is the problem. So back to first, in Indonesia, most Indonesian people is like durian, we call mature tree, or you can say it's matang pohon, because it's already Indonesian people it's like a durian little bit, or almost fermented fresh durian, so little bit the taste more alcoholics, maybe they like that. So Indonesian people choose the durian matang pohon. So we have one or several durian shop chain that they only sell the matang pohon durian. This is very famous in Indonesia. Look like durian Arif or durian Medan, Ucok durian in Medan. But for inter-island trades, durian harvested has the fruit has 80 to 40% phylogenetic maturity and considered as commercial mature. And then recently we also same in Thailand, they add ethylene to the pedicel, to peduncle of the fruit. And in durian, Indonesia is commonly graded according to cultivars and size. Labeled affected in bamboo basket, wooden crates, or corrugated fiberboard in Indonesia. This is same actually how Malaysia and also Thailand export the durian to Indonesia. This is just common in Indonesia. There's montong in Indonesia, can found also in December, in October, or in November, but not come from Malaysia or Thailand, but come from the Indonesian orchard. This is. But in terms of mango, maybe I would like more specific. We know that for export need, especially for Japan, we need to export using VST treatment. But unfortunately, Indonesia, for example, most popular mango in Indonesia look like Arumanis is not suitable for VST. The skin getting wrinkle, and also another popular variety that's suitable for export because the color of skin is good. This is Gulong variety. When we fruit maturity in 80 to 85%, we apply pepper heat treatment in 48 degree and with holding time 6 minutes. It causes spongy tissues like this after storage 8 days storage. But also with Dr. Also with same activity with ASEAR, with Dr. Peter Johnson, we can see also the application of waxing will be reduce stem and root incidence, reduce sunburn, reduce spot, also will delay color change. It is good for export. So unfortunately, some our importer is not say maybe for Gedung Ijo is better not using waxing. As mentioned before, I will say that due to the problem of VST, so we can trial Arumanis not using VST but using water hot treatment. But we know the problem is also is the problem not only for phosphorus handling but also problem in the tree. So we have some effort to overcome this. So we doing fruit treatment in the tree 15 days prior to harvest, and then harvesting, sortation grading, and doing free cooling for about days in 10 degree. And we apply hot water treatment for 52 degree for 5 minutes, and we add disinfection here, and we store into degrees Celsius, and humidity about 80 and 50%, and ripening after that in 30 degrees Celsius, and humidity about 60 and 50 and 60%. There's like this. You can see here that if we not doing treatment, the treatment for the mango, the result like this is very bad appearance. But also, even though we doing water treatment, but if we not conducting fruit treatment in the trees, we can find here this is the problem of anthracnose. So that's why in Indonesia it's very important treatment not only in phosphorus handling but also treatment in tree prior to phosphorus handling. And see here when we can treatment in pre-harvest and post-harvest, result very good. That is a good thing in Indonesia, but some of our friends also know developing devices to detect the sweetness of durian and sweetness of mango using ultrasound masonry or sensing device. Maybe this is my presentation. Thank you. I would like to say terima kasih for the audience. Thank you.